I'm just heading out now. I realized I probably didn't mention it in the video, but obviously with bushwhacking it can be very dangerous. So if you're gonna do it, A, make sure you always have a good compass with you, but B, know the map, know the layout of the land before you set off. For me, on this trip, I knew heading due south from the main highway, I was going to hit this creek and then I could follow it along to wherever I wanted to go. So from here I just have to head north and I know I'll hit the main road where my truck is parked. So be careful, be safe, be sensible. Don't just head off into the woods with no real direction of where you're going, especially this time of year, and enjoy the video. Well, how's it going, guys? It's been a while since I've seen you. It's been a while. If you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen that I got all my stuff together for like a 5-day canoe trip. I was supposed to do not a loop, but a U-shape, and my wife was supposed to pick me up on the 5th day. And yeah, I bought a bunch of gear and stuff, not gear, supplies, food, all that. And I got there and it was just crazy. I mean, it is just crazy up here right now. I got to the put-in, and I'm not talking like, you know, a put-in at a big lake off a highway with a campground on it. I'm talking like backwoods dirt road canoe put-in for a remote canoe trip, and there was 50 cars there, and that's not an exaggeration. I counted, there was 50. And the car park had space for about 12, so it was just nuts. To put it in perspective, I went there a couple years ago with my wife and my stepson on a Saturday around the same time of year, and it was busy then, and there was probably like, I don't know, 20 cars in the car park. It was just nuts. There was like, you know, there was nowhere to park, so people were like forcing their cars into the trees, like scratching them, people queuing up to get the boats in. It's just crazy. Like, I've been reading the local forums, I read them all the time, even the local newspapers. Everyone's saying the same thing. They've never seen anything like how busy it is right now. And I don't want to deal with that. And unfortunately, a lot of what people are saying is people aren't looking after these places either. They're going and just trashing them. Because sadly, a lot of the people that are out right now are people that would never normally be there, right? You know, so it's like, because the bars are closed, we'll go up to the woods or go up to these campsites and have a big party and then just leave all the garbage behind. I'm reading some absolute horror stories right now, so yeah, I didn't want to deal with that. I haven't wanted to deal with that, to be honest. I know it would just annoy me, because, you know, to begin with, it was kind of like, well, a lot of people have been home for 6 months, a lot of people have been home schooling their children for 6 months, there's no summer camps open, they probably had their vacations cancelled, so those people, yeah, absolutely, let them go ahead and do that with their kids and I'll hang back, you know. I'm lucky I've had the woods to myself most of the time for the past couple of years, but anyone else who's up there just destroying the place because, you know, you've got nothing else to do, please don't. Just don't. So I dipped into the hammock market again. And I bushwhacked. I think, well, that's what the plan is with the hammock anyway. I've decided trailheads are just crazy, trails are crazy, backcountry campsites crazy. Anyone who, obviously, because all of them are busy, everyone else like myself is going to the more remote campsites and they're busy. So I've just decided, to hell with either of them, I'm just going to bushwhack into places where no one else is. I'm going to go ghost protocol and, you know, try and leave as little trace of me being here as possible. My plan is to have a little fire out front. I don't need it for warmth or anything like that, but it's probably just a little, not a signal fire, but just if there's any animals in the area to let them know that I'm here too, you know what I mean? Because obviously with the influx of people as well, I have been seeing reports of well, I guess nuisance bears they call them. I'd probably call them opportunist bears. If people are, you know, out here leaving trash and food behind, then it doesn't surprise me that there's more bears hanging around these campsites. So yeah, just a little signal fire to let anything know that I'm here. And yeah, apart from that, gonna hang out. Got this cool little creek, almost like gorge. There's a little waterfall gorge down there, which I'll show you in a bit. I got this hammock. Oh, caterpillar. See ya. By a company called E-Troll. I bought it on Amazon. It was 60 bucks. And it's alright. I set it up in my garden. As you can probably see, this little piece is already broken, so I am going to return it and get them to send me another one. It's okay, it's kind of cheap, but I'll show you how the rest of it sets up. I've got it, you can have it upside down like this. It has built-in mosquito net, and then it comes with these bars, which I'll show you right now. Yeah, see, one of these little pieces already popped off on one side, so I kept it, but I'll probably return this one and have them send me another. So the idea with this one is you take these little bars and it has bits on here. If I can get it through, and you take them like So then it sets her like that. Oops. Ta-da! I know it looks kind of high, but I found with this one setting it up in my backyard that it was better if it's higher because it had a lot of stretch to it. The cool thing about it, one thing that attracted me to it was that they said obviously with these you stake it out and it actually works as a little bug bivvy with your tarp as well. Obviously you stick pegs in the end and you can put it on the floor, which I thought was a cool idea, pretty neat. So yeah, it's got quite a bit of room inside. It does like to do this when you first set it up. Maybe it will be too high, we'll see. Hopefully not. I probably need to adjust it a little bit. It is a little tight right now, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm just going to set up my ridge line for my tarp. I did bring my 13 by 10. I don't know, it's not supposed to rain I don't think, but this time of year you never know, storms and stuff with the humidity. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it, right? Question I've been asked a lot recently is the knots I use to tie my ridge line, but I just got these, well I got them a while ago, I haven't really used them yet. These little rope tensioner things. I'm hoping I can use that on one end, but we'll see. Still kind of at a loss as to how to use them, but not as tight as I'd like it, but it's tight enough. We'll see. I think for right now with the tarp is I'm gonna roll it up and just tie it up at the top, and that way if I need it or before I go to sleep I can drop it down. But I think on the other side I want to get some sticks and, you know, prop it up so I've got a nice view out over the creek. That'd be nice. found some good pieces of fat wood when I was limbing those 2 trees. In terms of tools for this trip, this is new. This is an impulse buy. This is what happens when you're not out in the woods. You spend time looking at things you buy that you might use out in the woods. I believe it's expat, libertariat. I don't know, I got it on Amazon. I thought it looked cool. I thought, I don't have a machete in any of my tools, so why not get one? And this is the one I came up with. It's pretty good, pretty cool, does the job. And then, because I didn't bring an axe, I don't normally, I've probably said it before, I don't normally bring an axe in the summer. But I didn't bring my belt knife either, so I bought a little silky Gone Boy. Because I bought this for canoe trips and I haven't used it yet, so figured I might as well because it can fit in the pockets, which is nice. And then I just brought my little EDC Spyderco. I don't know which one it is, it's one of the cheap ones. It's just about the one I use for everyday carry, because I figured if I wanted to do some finer work, obviously don't want to use this. I probably could. It won't be very subtle, I guess would be the word. It works, it does alright, but it's more of a chopper. I also don't think it's designed really for excuse me, harder wood, which this is. Well, no, it's pine, but it's dry, so I use this instead, which again isn't a very good carving knife, but oh well. But yeah, that's the tools I brought with me. Right, I'm starving. So on the menu tonight, we have pizza. It's just oatmeal, self-eating, fully cooked, heats with any water. Pizza with crushed tomatoes, mozzarella cheese and pepperoni. I bought this for a one of the canoe trips I did a while ago. The one where I thought it would take 4 days and it ended up taking me 2. And I've wanted to try it ever since. And I thought, why not bring it? Just in case. I brought one of those pasta things, but I've never tried this. And I'm hungry. I don't really want to mess around with the stove and stuff. So yeah, this is what I'm going to do. Oh, that's about perfect. Whoa, that's hot. Alright, let's give it a try. Wow. Very hot. You would expect it to be if it's steaming, but still, like... I wish I had a plate. Pizza! This is like pizza you used to get at school. It feels hot, but then it's not really hot. Like the side that was touching the heating thing is hot. But it's not actually like hot in the middle. It said 3 to 5 minutes, which really, I knew I should have left it in longer than 5 minutes. Probably would have warmed it up a bit more. Excuse me. But it's alright, it's not bad. Just bread with sauce and cheese, right? So anyway, I'm gonna eat this and then start collecting wood for the fire. Don't even have to worry about collecting sticks because the river's done it for me, look. Well, that was done. Should have let that go a bit more. Knob Creek straight rye whiskey, small batch, patiently aged, 100 proof, handcrafted in limited quantity for superior taste and smoothness. Let's give it a try. Cheers, guys. Another strong one. Huh. Knob Creek likes the 50%, the 100 proofs. It's alright, it's not bad. I don't think it's as good as the other one that I had. The other 100 proof one had a bit more of a smoky flavour to it. It just had a bit more flavour to it. This one's actually now it's got a nice little, a nice hot, you know, that whiskey, a proper whiskey heat in the back of the throat and in the chest, which isn't bad. To begin with, it was just kind of a little intense, but it's got a nicer finish. Say right in my throat, I got that nice, like, warm feeling. It's not bad. I've been reading a lot about hammocks and about the hammock angle and things like that. I think the correct formula for getting some good sleep in this hammock is gonna be hammock angle over whiskey squared. I don't know. I'm pretty sure no matter what, I'm not gonna sleep any worse with a little bit of this in me, am I? So, right, that fire's doing its job perfectly. A bit too well because it's all going straight under my tarp, but it's just smoking away nicely. It's not burning too much. It's just doing exactly what I need it to do, just a nice bit of ambient light. So yeah, I'm gonna hang out for a bit, relax, I'll probably get with you guys before I go to sleep. It's starting to get dark, so it must be after 8 by now. Yeah. Well, as you probably saw, the fire's going. I just got up and relit it. I've got my sleeping pad in here. Watching Joe's video recently, he talks about blowing it up about 3/4 of the way. It seems to be working right now. It's hot, it's very hot. I was pretty pleased with myself because I was like, last minute, I remembered about the honcho poncho and decided rather than bring my jacket, my not thermal jacket, but it's not my puffer jacket, my insulated jacket, I decided I'd bring the honcho poncho because I can always wear it in the morning if it's cold, and at night, like right now, if it's too warm for the sleeping bag, I can just use this as a blanket. So that's what I'm doing. My sleeping bag's just down there, so if I want to grab it, I can do. But yeah, I'm going to hit the hay, and I will see you in the morning. realised you could probably hear me better if I wasn't sat right next to the creek. But yeah, not the worst sleep I've ever had, to be honest. It's actually pretty comfortable in the old hammock. What was there? I mean, there was a couple times when, as I thought, you mainly sleep in one position really, don't you? Or at least I was in that. So there was a couple times I wanted to move around. There was one point where I had a dream, I think it was a dream, where a bear was trying to get under the tarp and I had sleep paralysis and I couldn't move, which happens more often than not when I'm out here. And I'm trying to move and I'm going, bah, 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 you know, and you just can't, you can't do anything. And you're trying to like yell out and it's just, that was me last night. So yeah, but I was impressed with that hammock. I enjoyed that hammock. I didn't feel too tippy like the other one. I had, like, with those, once you get the bars in there, you have plenty of like room inside. It feels nice and open with the sleeping pad in there, about 3/4 of the way blown up. It was super comfortable, super comfortable. Bringing the poncho as a blanket worked great. I did bring my sleeping bag as well, but I didn't have to use it. It was plenty warm enough last night just with that blanket, because it's a poncho, but I guess I would compare it to the Snug Pack jungle blankets. I haven't seen one, but seen one in person, but from what I've seen online, it kind of turns into the same thing. So that worked. Yeah, so I was impressed. I'll definitely be using it again. I'm getting it figured out, but it was good last night. I slept pretty good. I wouldn't be a winter hammock guy, I know that, because if I did get cold, there's just no way I can properly fetal in them. You know what I mean? There's no way I can knees to chest it, curl up in a ball, I don't think, and be warm. So, but for right now, for when it's warm like this, it was great. But yeah, I did bring oatmeal, but I'm not that hungry. I brought one of those big bags that I made for canoe tripping, like a day of food, and I didn't get in here till about 3 o'clock yesterday. So last night before I went to bed, I just was snacking loads, so my belly's full. I don't really feel like eating it. I feel good, I feel alright. So I'm gonna drink this, and I'm probably gonna pack up and head out of here. So, cheers guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this, give it a like. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you on the next one. Take it easy.